Hello everyone, my name is Kirill KLIMOV and I'm a project manager at WikiTeq, and I just kind of wanted to start off by thanking all the sponsors and organizers for making this happen. This is my first professional conference I've been at, and on top of that I am presenting. So the topic I'm actually doing this on is I was very hesitant to do it on because I'm talking about the importance of knowledge management in a room full of knowledge management professionals. But the talk isn't just about the importance of knowledge management. What I wanted to do is kind of find tangible research, tangible results and measurements that we could see across various industries that maybe sometimes people don't think that knowledge management is important in. So what I realized talking to some people in other industries is that pitching knowledge management at times is like trying to sell an umbrella on a sunny day. It doesn't really work, and it's not until the downpour happens that people actually realize they should have probably used one. And the downpour can come in many forms. That is having a company that has 300,000 documents that they spend a quarter of their time sifting through, or maybe someone leaving the company with knowledge that they never recorded, and then you're kind of screwed. But so I kind of just wanted to set the stage right now by just simply, sorry, I'll go back a little. So my presentation isn't just actually, the goal today isn't just talk about knowledge management, but hopefully the people that might view this video in the future or that are tuning in online might see this in the future and kind of realize that knowledge management is something that they should probably implement. So to set the stage, I wanted to keep it simple and just kind of see what the definition. Yeah, oh yeah, I haven't went forward. Yeah, I'm going now. Oh. I should have done that earlier, but all right. So what I wanted to do is the Oxford Dictionary definition of knowledge management is the efficient handling of information and resources within a commercial organization. This sounds simple, but many organizations have their knowledge management siloed. It could be in a Google Drive, their individual hard drives, emails, etc. So this knowledge, if tapped into and shared well, can lead to incredible results. Not only making operations smoother, but truly amplifying productivity, as we all know. So the next slide I wanted to get into is I found this quote kind of interesting, that Andrew Carnegie said that the only irreplaceable capital an organization possesses is the knowledge and ability of its people. The productivity of this capital depends effectively on the people that share their competence with those who can use it. So Carnegie recognizes something that is often overlooked by organizations, is knowledge doesn't truly become valuable until it is shared effectively. His words ring especially true right now when many organizations are becoming extremely complex and data heavy. At times, organization success hinges on how well it can channel individual know-how into a collective action. And as we all know, that's also exactly what knowledge management can do, take an individual expertise and amplify it. Another thing I realized too that I reached out, you'll see from my background that I mentioned in the future, a lot of people think knowledge management is for IT or tech companies, which is, in my opinion, is a common misconception. In reality, it's in any field that shares knowledge, whether it's internally or externally. Any organization that does that can benefit from knowledge management, and I can't think of any kind of industry that doesn't do that in one way or another. So I wanted to start off with healthcare. It's an industry where timely information can have a drastic impact on someone's well-being. Knowledge management has led to a 35% reduction in time spent on searching for critical information. That's more time focused on patients and less time on digging through documents. This also has led to a 20% reduction in readmission rates. Including many medical errors are often due to knowledge gaps and not having the most relevant and up-to-date information. This can be reduced by up to 30% with effective knowledge management practices. I find this really important since healthcare is a big thing and it can lead to life and death situations. And in the US alone, the US healthcare system could save an estimated of $77 billion annually by improving all of their knowledge management practices. In manufacturing, a sector where every second counts to the bottom line, it helps with anticipation of downtime by reducing it by 50%. Fewer disruptions lead to smoother operations and higher profits. Manufacturers have reported, reducing development cycle times by up to 15 to 25%, which is driving innovations and lowering R&D costs. And the one I found kind of interesting is, this is like a very specific citation I found. It's for every 4,000 employees, a company using good K&M practices can lower their costs every year by up to $2 million. So government, we all know how efficient government is. They always spend our money in the best way possible, so we can just completely skip the slide. Yeah, but so better public services delivery. Government agencies that implement K&M systems, such as the U.S. Department of Defense and NASA, report faster response times to public inquiries and better internal communications. Studies show that governments using K&M services improve service delivery by up to 40%, as staff can quickly access regulations, policies, and historical data. It's better collaboration across departments. Department of Defense and other agencies have used K&M systems to create shared knowledge hubs, improving collaborations and leading up to a 15 to 20% increase in cross-department project success rate. Increase employee productivity. By using K&M tools that make internal knowledge easy and accessible, government agencies have reported a 20% increase in employee productivity. In retail, K&M is helping businesses serve customers better and faster. Two companies, Virgin Mobile and Canopy, created knowledge bases for support inquiries. And respectively, they both saw a 45 and 70% drop in support tickets. As you can tell, that significantly costs their operational costs. And retailers also experience significant benefits while onboarding new hires. Companies that use K&Ms cut their training times by up to 50%. All this improves their services and cutting operational costs altogether. In finance, where every decision can have a significant impact, significant monetary impact, K&M ensures regulatory compliance by reducing errors by 30 to 40%. It's like having a well-organized library of regulations and policies with compliance at your fingertips. K&M also reduces operational costs by up to 25% and speeds up decision-making, freeing up to 35% of the time typically spent searching for information. In a world where timing matters, this has a great impact. In construction, K&M helps project managers keep teams aligned. Aligned and reducing project delays by up to 35%. It improves on-site decision-making and problem-solving with a 30% improvement on on-site issue resolution time. There's also a significant reduction in rework by up to 25% and shortening onboarding times of new hires by 20 to 30. And this information kind of hits close to home because I started off my project management career in construction, and I worked at this company for 7 years, and there was absolutely no standardized training processes. So your training really depended on which project management you worked it under. And the problem that we ran into all the time is if we ever wanted to combine teams to close out a project quicker, everyone was doing things differently, usually causing chaos. So obviously knowledge management would help with that. And also the other thing too is I'll never forget this project. I'm actually very lucky I didn't get fired for this one, but we were doing a house in Cleveland in a historical neighborhood. The house had 32 windows. We replaced all of them, and after we replaced them, the city showed up saying that we could not significantly change the look of the house without permission, the permission that they were not going to give us. So we had to go dumpster diving, fix all the windows, and replace them. The problem was we had a company meeting about 2 months after that, and one of the project managers goes, "Oh, I could have told you that. I did a project there a couple months ago." So in construction, as you can see, knowledge management is also an important thing. And I think pretty much what I wanted to wrap this up with is, in conclusion, almost every industry that we've discussed today, knowledge management has turned from an untapped resource into a strategic advantage. It makes healthcare safer, manufacturing more productive, government more collaborative, retail more customer-focused, and finance more compliant, and construction more efficient. So I think the key takeaway is that knowledge management is not a nice to have. But instead, it's an essential for every industry that wants to maximize their resources, which is their people and their knowledge.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
Do you find that construction was more about behind it as far as like things that are more cutting edge tech type of stuff than other industries? Because it's like, is it because it's like more of a blue collar industry, or is it just as far behind as everybody else?
I think it's more of the company I worked for. It was kind of, my boss was an old guard, so even after I started working at WikiTeq, I actually reached out to him and showed him how knowledge management could help him.
Good idea.
Well, it didn't work. He goes, I've been doing this for 30 years and it's worked so far, so I don't have a reason to change. So